Hi, my name is Allie Valentine, and today we will be talking about autoimmune diseases and how they affect the human body. When I was 3 years old, my dad lost his hearing and left the doctor stumped. They came back and told my mom that it was due to an autoimmune disease. According to Philippa Markow in her article, Autoimmune Disease, Why and Where It Occurs, published in 2001, between 3 and 5% of the general world population will suffer from an autoimmune disease in their lifetime. Having firsthand experience on how an autoimmune disease works, I can understand what it's like to care to someone that does have an autoimmune disease. Today we will discuss how autoimmune diseases occur inside the human body, how some illnesses are linked to autoimmune diseases, and what we can do to prevent them. The first thing I will describe is how an autoimmune disease occurs. According to Dr. Anna Maria Orbai of a WebMD website accessed April 6, 2022, almost 24 million Americans are affected by an autoimmune disease, and nearly 80% of those are women. So how does an autoimmune disease even occur? Dr. Orbai says it's because the immune system attacks the body's own healthy tissue. An autoimmune disease doesn't necessarily occur because of one's genetic makeup, Dr. Orbai states, but she acknowledges that if someone in your lineage does carry the gene for an autoimmune disease, it does raise your risk. However, some of her most recent studies shows that autoimmune diseases may occur based on your immune system way of handling stress. There are several theories, according to Dr. Orbai, stating how autoimmune diseases occur. However, scientists and doctors do not have much information on how someone may contract an autoimmune disease. Now we will talk about how some illnesses arise from autoimmune diseases. Like I mentioned previously, Dr. Orbai states that nearly 80% of autoimmune diseases can be linked to women. However, what illnesses are even considered to be autoimmune diseases? According to Dr. Susan Baker, in her article, 5 Most Common Autoimmune Diseases, accessed April 6, 2022, some of the most common autoimmune diseases include rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, and psoriatic arthritis. Some of the most affected areas of autoimmune diseases include joints, muscles, red blood cells, blood vessels, and connective tissues, according to Dr. Susan Baker. Now we will talk about how someone can prevent contracting an autoimmune disease. Like Dr. Orbai states, genetic makeup has a slight factor in how someone contracts an autoimmune disease. However, that is not the biggest component when talking about autoimmune diseases. There is still a lot of unknown territory and information that scientists haven't discovered yet. But Dr. Baker did come across new data that helps us as humans avoid autoimmune diseases. In her article, Baker states that bacterial or viral infections, certain drugs, chemical toxins, and environmental pollutants may lead to autoimmune diseases. In conclusion, autoimmune diseases are a very real thing and can ultimately happen to anybody. When your immune system attacks healthy tissue, an autoimmune disease will occur. While autoimmune diseases can be avoidable by evading key sources that contribute to autoimmune diseases, they are still a very scary thing. They range from deafness to arthritis and can be contracted basically just by anything. Overall, autoimmune diseases are very common and can happen to anyone, so it's very important to understand the circumstances of an autoimmune disease.